said, I'm Abz, this is Kunle, we are Encounter Youth, and we are online today. I'm not sure all the rest of my intro will be deleted, so I'll do it again. We are normally in the coffee lounge at church, that is Encounter Church in Selly Oak, and instead we're in our living room today. And this is episode 3 of our lockdown Encounter Youth online, whatever you can call it.
Hashtag stay at home.
Yes. Or hashtag stay home. I prefer that as a hashtag. That's kind of meaningless.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I have a game, and it's really mysterious, basically. I'm going to select an object from a bag. It is a very pretty bag. Oh, look at this bag. And I have put lots of different objects in there, and Kunle is none the wiser. So what we're going to do is you are going to guess in the comments, or and Kunle's going to be guessing as well, and we'll just see how quickly he can work out what this mystery item is in my hand. Okay. Drum roll, please.
Am I closing my eyes?
Oh, you can do it. It's not very big. That's the point. They can all just fit in my hand. Okay, it's here. It's in my hand. Okay, so it is kind of plasticky. It is soft, but not fluffy soft, smooth soft.
Like a razor.
A razor. Soft.
An eraser.
Oh no. Yeah, okay. Kind of like that. Maybe a bit smoother than that.
How many guesses did I get?
Of the actual object.
Yeah.
I think 3.
Okay.
3 and you fail.
Cool.
Yeah.
So that wasn't a guess. I was just I said
Oh, do we allow that? I don't know.
Okay, I probably shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, I'd say
I'll
that's
count
a
that
guess.
as a guess, but I didn't know the rules, so
Guess.
alright.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, continue.
Okay, so it is fairly long. I'd estimate that it is about 40 centimeters long. And I'm trying not to give too much detail. It's got a bit of metal on it, and a lot of metal in it. It is about maybe 3 millimeters in width. Maybe a bit bigger than that. How big's a millimeter? I'm trying to work it out.
That.
Yeah. Small. Yeah. That's right. And
Got it.
Go on.
Is it a cable? Headphone cables.
Yeah.
Boom.
It's headphones for those of us who do not yet have AirPods.
I mean, I don't know.
This is headphones. Connects to the computer for me.
Yes.
Yeah, I have Bluetooth ones otherwise. Should we do another one? Yeah.
Do another one.
Okay, what have I got in here? I don't know why I thought that would fit in my hand. There's no way that's going to fit in my hand. Okay.
Keep going and close my eyes again.
I've got it.
Alright.
Okay. So... Oh, pencil was a good guess.
Pencil was a good guess. Ball.
Until I gave the actual length.
Yeah.
Oh,
The lens
long
threw me.
pencil.
How could you keep that in your
Oh
hand?
no, right? Yeah.
It makes no sense.
Right, so this has 2 main bits to it.
2 bits.
One bit is much wider than the other bit. It's got plastic on. Is it the majority? Yeah, the majority part is plastic, and then the minority part is metal. And it's got I don't know. I'm trying to think how it works. What's in it? It does something. It's a very important.
Guess my first guess.
Go on.
Is it a pair of scissors? Yeah, but it could be some tweezers or something.
And those tweezers, how much plastic do they have? Those scissory ones. Come on, let's get smarter.
Okay, continue.
Okay. Let's see. It's. I'm trying to think how heavy it is. It's about the same weight as. Wow, I really have no idea about weight. Wow. Wow. That's not a good one. Okay. In my head, it's about 30 grams, but I don't know where I get that from. It might completely throw you off. So,
Right, yeah, follow.
it has. All right, let's just get easier then. It has different bits on it that do different things, and it is really important for something much bigger than itself. And it
Is it a key? A key.
is that your guess?
A key. Yeah, it's my guess.
You have a bit of an advantage because. So I'm gonna ask you for specificity.
A car key.
There we go. Boom. It's a car key. It's actually our broken one in case I lost it. So. Okay. Mirror was good. Like one of those handheld mirrors. I did think that.
Good as well,
Yeah, plug is strong. All right. Last one.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So this is round, kind of like. I don't know.
Cylindrical.
Cylindrical. It's. I don't know. Obviously it's quite small, but it is really quite small. It's about 5 centimeters by 5 centimeters.
What?
It's. Is that fair? Yeah, I think that's fair. I keep going quiet. It's also smooth. At the moment, it's fairly cold.
Smooth and cold.
Yes, which might give you an indication about its material that I don't want to specify because it might make it too easy. It's not a ring. That's a good one. It's not a ring. It is bigger than a ring.
5 centimeters in diameter.
In diameter.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a coaster?
A coaster? A coaster. Maybe that would be 5 centimeters in radius.
It's not a coaster.
It's not a coaster. That'd be a teeny tiny glass one. A lid. It has a lid, Pete. It has a lid.
It has a lid?
Yeah, that's a good guess.
Is it like a shoe polish?
And its lid are together.
A shoe polish?
It's not shoe polish, but it's close. It's close.
Close to shoe polish.
In the kind of thing that you're thinking of, as in the kind of container that you're thinking of, is like shoe polish.
So it's like shoe polish.
But smaller.
Hand mirror. Like a hand mirror.
No, it's not a hand mirror.
Like
so that's 3 guesses.
Oh
no. It is a tin. It is my Vaseline tin. Hand mirror.
I went further away. You know that hand mirror somewhere.
Is it smaller than the shoe polish?
It's like a really small.
It's not relevant. Thing. You've lost. It was Vaseline. Yes, Pete. Well done.
Vaseline.
Well done. Right. So I should probably move on then, shouldn't I? So hello again. I know we've got a few more people watching than before. Great to see you. So today really is Palm Sunday, and some people watching know exactly what that is, and they've been in church this morning, and they're fully aware. But basically, it's a celebration of when Jesus entered Jerusalem in the Bible, in kind of like the build up to Easter. So I don't know why, I don't feel very grounded not being able to see the PowerPoint.
Yeah, go for it. Let's go.
Yeah,
let's
do that.
Let's show us the PowerPoint.
Okay. I don't know yet that they need to see it. I just know
Yeah.
I need to see it.
That's totally fine.
Cool. At the top.
We'll get there.
That's
Get there.
awesome. Thank you, Mr. Tech Man.
I
appreciate it. Oh yeah, we're playing a scenario game, so I really needed to see the PowerPoint. Okay, so basically, comment in the comments, or like discuss this with your family. If you're not like actually signed in to YouTube, that is fair enough. And we'll just have some scenarios for you, and these are all based around friendship and what kind of friend we are. So why have I started with Palm Sunday? Or will be revealed.
Or will be revealed.
So if we have the first slide, please.
Yes, we shall do that.
Okay.
Transition.
So you the first slide.
Yeah. I don't know why it's on that. We'll do that in a second.
It will be there in a moment. I'll read it to you anyway. You haven't seen your friend around much on social media or received messages from them in a while. Do you A, send them a message asking where they've been? B, organise a meetup or a call? Or C, just wait for them to pop up? So that's A, send them a message asking them where they've been. B, organise a meetup or a call. Or C, just wait for them to pop up.
What would I do?
What would you do, Kunle?
I'm more inclined to normally do C, wait for them to pop up. But that's not good. So I think what I'll do is normally A, send them a message, see what they're doing. We have recently done B though. So yeah. That's what happens.
Yeah.
We have recently done B. It is a mixture of all of them. I don't know. What are we thinking? Some A's, some B's. That's cool. Let's move on to the next one then, shall we? Yeah.
So the next one is, you feel let down by something your friend has done or allowed to happen. Do you A, stop talking to them? B, tell them that they've upset you? Or C, complain to everyone else but carry on as normal?
Definitely C. No. I don't know, actually. It's difficult. It's a kind of B for me, but not really all the time. I kind of go round. Yeah, one, I'm not consistent, and two, it's often I often just don't really do that thing. I don't really tell people directly. I might talk around it, but not actually address the issue head on, which is an issue in and of itself, really, isn't it?
But a lot of people would do that, I think, actually.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, tell them what's upsetting you and stuff. Maybe we don't find it easy to speak plainly, but I don't know, like, depends on how good a friend you've got, really, how much you want to open up about what's bothering you.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Should we move on to the third scenario? So you get a great gift from your friend, something you've wanted for ages. Do you A, thank them, show off the gift and tell everyone what a great friend they are? B, smile at them, they know you love it? C, thank them and then don't talk to them for a while?
I think that is definitely A.
Every time.
I mean, if it's something I really want, there are not that many things I really want. So if it's something I really want, I'll definitely thank them loads for it. I mean, it's just not polite not to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my.
And you
that's my
are
opinion.
always polite.
I'm always polite in every situation, full of politeness at all times.
Some of you might think this is a weird one, like a weird scenario, especially the last one. Why would you thank someone for something and then not talk to them for ages? But maybe look back, okay, on a Christmas present that you got or the last birthday presents that you got, and maybe you got something that you really, really liked and you said thank you to that person, but you've really not spoken to them much since.
Okay, I see that happening. Yeah, fair enough.
They're a show-off in A. Showing off an appreciation, showing off something that you love, like, I don't know. I don't think it's always the same. You're not boasting about you, more about what someone else has done for you or given to you. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, shall we go to the last scenario? So your friend sends you a few messages saying that they want to catch up or play a game online. Do you A, ignore the messages? B, say you'll talk to them tomorrow, but tomorrow never comes? Thank you. And C, make time to hang out. So which one?
I'm not going to answer this one.
Have I struck a nerve here, Kunle? How many of your friends might watch this, or maybe I should send it to them?
I'm just not going to.
You're just not going to
answer this one, no.
Difficult. So do you ignore the messages? Ever, even though you love that person, you just find yourself not actually replying? Or do you say that you'll be there, that you'll talk to them, and then just not follow through? Or C, do you organise a time to hang out with them? So,
lots of C's so far.
Make time to hang out.
Hey, we're all upstanding model citizens, aren't we? That's good. That is great.
Okay, so today, that was just a quick thing to try and ask you about what kind of a friend you are, really, because how we talk to our friends and how we interact with them might be a bit of an indication on how we could respond to Jesus. Because, often God does want to speak to us and we intend to make time for him. We intend to speak to him, and maybe we don't always get around to reading our Bible or showing up for different opportunities to meet up with him. Maybe, God's given you something amazing. I mean, your whole life is a gift from God. How many times do you thank him for it? How many times do you tell other people about how grateful you are for the things that God's done in your life as well? So that's just to get us thinking a little bit about friendship, but also God as our friend. Because we know from the Bible that the men who were with Jesus as he was going about his day-to-day, his ministry, they're called the disciples, and they really considered themselves his friends, and he called them his friends as well. And today's Palm Sunday, and it's where actually more than just Jesus's disciples, but people from all over Jerusalem came to celebrate him coming into the city, and they were praising him and worshipping him. And so I'm just going to read a little bit from Matthew, where this is documented really well, and you'll get some slides on that as well in a moment. So in Matthew 21, I think I'm going all the way to verse 11, but I'm not sure from this slide. So it says, when they neared Jerusalem, having arrived at Bethphage on the Mount Bethphage, corrects me, on Mount Olives. I don't think it was necessary. Jesus sent 2 disciples with these instructions. Go over to the village across from you. You'll find a donkey tethered there and her colt with her. Untie her and bring them to me. If anyone asks what you're doing, say the master needs them. He will send them with you. This is the full story of what was sketched earlier by the prophet. Tell Zion's daughter, look on your king Look, your king's on his way, poised and ready, and mounted on a donkey, on a colt, foal of a pack animal. So that was a prophecy from Zion. So the disciples went and they did exactly what Jesus told them to do. They led the donkey and the colt out, laid some of their clothes on them, and Jesus mounted. Nearly all the people in the crowd threw their garments down on the floor, giving him a royal welcome. People threw their clothes on the floor for him to walk on.
Crazy.
For a donkey to walk on.
Yeah.
Others cut branches from trees and threw them down as a welcome mat. Crowds went ahead and crowds followed, and all of them were calling out, Hosanna to David's son. Blessed is he who comes in God's name. Hosanna in the highest heaven. So they're just shouting out their praises. And for them, the Jewish people, David's son is the Messiah. He's the person who was promised to them, who's going to rescue them and be the new king of the Jews. So as he made his entrance into Jerusalem, the whole city was shaken. Unnerved people were asking, what's going on here? Who is this? And the parade crowd answered, this is the prophet Jesus, the one from Nazareth in Galilee. So they are excited by him. They're pretty sure who he is, and they make a really big deal that he's with them. And so what we see here is what I'm terming celebration. And when we really appreciate someone, we're really expectant for all that they do and for who they are in our lives, then we show a lot of celebration. So when people were saying that they would, really show off their gift and celebrate if their friend gave them something that they really wanted, then we know that that's an act of celebration. But equally, when we just really appreciate some of the things that we have, we celebrate in that way as well. So if we move on to the next slide.
Sure, let's do that.
Right. How do you celebrate? So there's a few things here that you might choose to celebrate. How do you celebrate if your team scores a goal or wins a tournament, or if you won tickets to see your favourite artist, or if you found out you're having your favourite meal for dinner, or even if a favourite family member that you haven't seen in a while said before the lockdown that they were coming to stay, or after the lockdown that they're coming to stay. So in the comments, just give us a little bit. Let us know how you celebrate. What sorts of things do you do? How do you celebrate?
How do I celebrate? Nor would I say get in or something if I've scored a goal. I might run around. That's a thing that I do.
Yeah, you do. Actually.
I do run around.
Yeah.
At my big age.
Yeah. Like we'll be walking down the street. Kunle will be running in front of me and then behind me and then around me, and I'm just walking and he's just kind of circling me as I walk, kind of like a pet or something. But it's excitement and celebration.
Yeah, it's all good stuff. It's all good stuff.
I'm not complaining or mocking you.
No.
Just telling the people about what goes on.
Yeah.
Cheer, hooray, say yay. Yeah.
Jump up and down.
Acts of celebration. Cool. So if we go to the next slide then.
Let's do that.
How do you... Oh, you're here. How do you celebrate God and all he has done? So here we're looking at... So one of the things I wanted us to look at is creation. So if we go to the next slide.
Yeah. Creation.
In Isaiah chapter 42 verse 5, it says, the creator of the heavens, who stretches them out, who spreads out earth with all that springs from it, who gives life to its people and life to those who walk on it. That's the God that we're talking about. How much do we celebrate that? How much do we celebrate the God who literally made everything, who gives us our breath, every breath that you take? Even right now, take a deep breath. And thank God for it. What a privilege that is. We know at the moment that there are lots of people really struggling to breathe. And we just thank God for the gift of life and of breathing. And then there's all the other things that are around us. Even, okay, it was really sunny yesterday. Maybe you got an opportunity to look outside the window, step in the garden or go for a walk. And actually, the earth and the sun are at a perfect distance from each other. And even though the earth is spinning on its own axis and then spinning around the world, God holds it at a perfect distance so that we don't burn or freeze. Just slightly to the left or the right, and it would all be over. It would all be finished. But God holds us together and he sustains us. So this celebration that we have, we could celebrate all the time. We could write all the things that we're grateful for. And that would be a really good way to just give thanks and celebrate who God is, but also what he's done for us.
Yeah.
Should go back to the previous one.
Right. So
daily wins. So some people say blessings, right? I just thought, actually, let's bring this into today, okay? Our daily wins. How about the fact that I had breakfast today. I was pretty good. I had a peanut butter and jam bagel. Now, that might not be everyone's cup of tea. I loved it, and I'm grateful for it, because we don't always get the things that we want. Sometimes people wake up and they want crunchy nut, and they didn't get crunchy nut. So that's sad. I celebrate my daily win, and I pray that because they would get crunchy nut soon. But there's also I can't actually see my inside.
His death and being raised to life.
Yeah, so there's also celebrating what Jesus has done for us. As Christians, we know that Jesus died and he rose again. So I'm so grateful for that, because it means that I get to spend eternity with him, but also that I can get to speak to him now, and that he's a part of my life. And then lastly, it was miracles and breakthroughs. So even the fact that I can pray to God is a miracle in and of itself. But some of you've really experienced God do incredible things in your life. You've heard his voice, you've seen visions from him. All of those are miracles and breakthroughs in our own situations. And then a few days pass, and we just kind of forget. We forget how amazing that is. So I just really want us to get into a culture of celebration in this time. And the theme that we've been on, even though today's Palm Sunday, has been spending time with God. And spending time with God in our celebration is really important.
Yeah.
And what the people were doing there, as we read in Matthew, is they were really celebrating God and the Son of David in front of them. They were really excited and happy for it. But we also know that a few days later, those same people shouted, "Crucify." And on Good Friday, we're going to be talking about how they forgot all of their celebration, and they were unfaithful to Jesus.
Yeah.
They abandoned him, they set him up to die, and they humiliated him, and it was really bad. Like, Good Friday, as much as I'm grateful for what Jesus did, it's really painful to try and think about what he went through when people were unfaithful to him. And one person who was particularly unfaithful in the way that the Bible maps it out for us is Peter. Because actually, when...
Not Peter.
Not Peter Fisher.
No,
Peter.
Peter.
Simon Peter.
Yeah.
And he had promised Jesus that there was no way he was ever going to betray him. And then we know that just a few hours later, he denied that he ever knew Jesus. He was like, "I'm not part of it. I wasn't there. I didn't know him." Even though, like, hours before, he'd been like, "Jesus, I'll never give up on you. If you die, I die." What is that? But I think it's something we're all capable of and kind of do, like, all the time. So we're talking about what kind of a friend we are to God, right? And I want to ask you, how faithful are you? When things get hard, how faithful are you? How likely are you to still be there and show up and talk to God in that situation? How likely is it that you run to him and complain to him about what's going on? We're talking about our friend. If our friend did something wrong to us, do we just run to everyone else and tell them how frustrated we are about this situation? Or do we go to them and tell them that actually, God, I feel really let down in this situation? Do you do that? Because I think that's part of being faithful to God. And then how about when things are really easy? So when life is fine, maybe when you're going through a tough time, actually you did pray quite a lot, and God met you in that place and he brought you out, and now life's actually all right. How faithful are you now? Do you still chat to God?
Sometimes
maybe.
you forget him. Oh dear.
Yeah, forgetting God. I am guilty of that one. Okay, so the Bible in a year plan is something that we have been doing in our Connect group. And every morning I was waking up and reading lots of this plan. And then I got locked down and my routine went to shreds. And it is a real effort to maintain that faithfulness. And sometimes, guys, I open the app and I close it again. Why? Because I want my streak on YouVersion not to actually read the Bible.
Ridiculous.
How unfaithful is that? So we're all guilty of those sorts of things. And sometimes it just takes actually going back and saying, God, I'm sorry. That really wasn't that cool. And you know what? He's still there. Now, for some of you, actually, I've been talking about God and what it means to spend time with him and all this stuff. And it might not really make that much sense to you. And I really want to encourage you that actually in this time where we're all locked down, we can think about different ways that we can reach out to God and get to know him, or spend more time with him and get to know him better. And there's a few ways that I've been thinking about recently. So one of them is celebration. Celebrating all the things that you do have. It's so easy to complain about what we don't have. But what has God given you today? Where are you watching this from? What's your house like? Who's around you at the moment? Who's been reaching out to you? Who have you been talking to in the week? How can you be grateful for them and that God has placed them in your life? What about your intelligence, your sense of humour, the different talents that you have, the different things that you play on? Just taking the time to thank God for those things is a great way of spending time with him, and it also leads us to worship him more. Another way is to think about the things that you want to do in life, to think about who you are in general. Who has God made you to be, and how can you be that person today? And asking God to speak into that as well. And then just being curious about who God is. So I talked from the Bible, from Isaiah and from Matthew, and the Bible has 64 other books in it. And there's so much that we can learn about God in lots of different ways through other people's stories, all in the Bible.
Yeah.
And so I mentioned the YouVersion app. It's a great app. And also Bible.com is how it comes up on a PC if you're more of a laptop, tablet person. So I'd really suggest getting on there, maybe looking at some of this Palm Sunday series, Easter that's coming up, maybe something that's going on for you. There are loads of things on there about anxiety or joy or friendships, and it just shows you different places where you can get wisdom in the Bible for those things. And I think those are all great ways of spending time with God. So a way that I'm just going to wrap this up really, guys, is about celebration and faithfulness. That's what we've been talking today. So celebrating who God is, all the things that you have in your life, and then being faithful to God, who is always, always faithful to us, and finding times to reach out to him as well. So I'm lastly just going to end this on a song. And this is a great opportunity for you to just reflect on who God is, or some of the great things that have happened even when we've been locked down, the opportunities that you have, and maybe the things that you want to do afterwards. But more than anything, on the person of God. This song talks about how worthy he is. Worthy because he's the creator of the whole earth that we spoke about before. Worthy because he gave up everything for us, and we just can keep praising him and thanking him for that. He's just such a good God. And I know that when we sang this a few weeks ago on a Friday youth when we were all meeting together, it was a song that God just kind of threw into my head for us to play that day, and it sprung up great ways of worship for us. And actually, it wasn't the song I was planning to do today either, but God again just wanted us to really remember that he is so worthy to be praised. Great. So if you don't know much about God or who he is, maybe in this time ask him that he would make that really clear to you as well. We're going to require a little bit of transition now to set it up.
So don't worry, we're not going anywhere. Just moving things around.
Yeah.
So bear with us for a minute.
Yeah, let's give ourselves a minute. Too dangerous.
Okay, everyone. So we're set up. Let us know.
That's not true.
Yeah, we're almost set up. It's going to happen in a few moments. Bear with us 1 second. And we'll go into our time of worship. So this song's called Worthy by Elevation Worship. I'll be following along on the screen and just following the words of the song. And as it says, God's worthy of all of our praise, and He alone deserves all of our praise. So that's what we're singing unto God today.
It was my cross you bore, so I could live in the freedom you died for. So now my life is yours, and I will sing of your goodness forevermore. Worthy is your name, Jesus. You deserve the praise. Worthy is your name. Worthy is your name, Jesus. You deserve the praise. Worthy is your name. And now my shame is gone. I stand amazed in your love undeniable. Your grace goes on, and I will sing of your goodness forevermore. Worthy is your name, Jesus. You deserve the praise. Worthy is your name. Worthy is your name, Jesus. You deserve the praise. Worthy is your name.
Exalted.
Be exalted now in the heavens as your glory fills this place. You alone deserve our praise. You're the name above all names. Be exalted now in the heavens as your glory fills this place. You alone deserve our praise. You're the name above all names. Be exalted now in the heavens as your glory fills this place. You alone deserve our praise. You're the name above all names. Be exalted now in the heavens as your glory fills this place. You alone deserve our praise. You're the name above all names. Worthy is your name, Jesus. You deserve the praise. Worthy is your name. Worthy is your name, Jesus. You deserve the praise. Worthy is your name. You deserve the praise. worthy is your name. Jesus, you deserve the Yeah, Father Lord, we thank you, God, that you are so worthy. You are worthy of all of our praise. You're worthy of all the time that we want to spend with you. You're worthy of the time that we haven't given to you, Lord, and we're sorry that we've withheld that from you. Lord, I just pray that you would continue to speak to us in this time when we might feel physically isolated from other people, because you so badly want to spend time with us. And I just pray that we would really experience that in this time as well. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. So finally, the last slide, I just really want to thank you for being here with us, for coming online and spending time with us today. We've really enjoyed being with you. We've got lots of other videos up on our YouTube page. Increasingly, some of these streams might be by link only, so you need to go to our Instagram page, which is at Encounter Youth UK, or our website, which is encounterchurch.uk/youth, just so you can keep finding